All right, we are just under 5 minutes away from State of the Game to 171. I do see a bunch of people in chat. I see Natalie Aussie. I want to give a quick shout out. I saw you reached 2,000 shade. GG. Well played. Hello, Seven. How are you? All right, let's just do a quick sanity check. I'll bring in Johan and Trick just to say hello. Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
All good, yourself?
I'm doing very well.
Trick, I see a kitty in your background.
Oh, where is she? Yes? She's good. I could try to kidnap her.
Oh, she looks
She's
so-
not going to be very cooperative.
No. All right, maybe
It's too late now.
we'll see. And you look like a glorious evil genius.
Oh my god,
Okay.
she's the perfect evil genius cat.
All right, well, we'll see if we still have a cat once we are live in a minute 30. We'll see you all very soon.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, welcome to State of the Game number 171 on the 23rd of September. Hope everyone is having a great week. I hope you've actually had a chance to play TU11, which came out yesterday. We're going to talk a bit about that today. I've got Johan and Trick here with me, and also... Trick, who's that?
Pixie!
Oh my god, so cute.
Pixie is being kind enough to stay on camera. She may try to climb me. It's a nightmare. You never know.
All right,
She's
well,
so good.
So cute.
It's good to have another guest. I'm into it.
Absolutely.
If my cat so much as wanders near, I'll grab. It's
Excellent plan.
a good time. So we did have a maintenance yesterday, obviously to deploy TU11. A lot of you will have already known that and experienced that. Johan, I want to kick off the show by talking about some of the things that you've seen with that launch. What are some of the things that are jumping out to you that the community are talking about and experiencing in terms of issues?
Yeah, exactly. So, of course, TU11 launched yesterday, and we've seen a lot of activity, which is great. We've seen a lot of discussions, but I've also seen a lot of bug reports, and it's something that I wanted to give you an update on. There's a number of issues that have been identified that we're working on. There are two that will be fixed tomorrow during an unscheduled maintenance. The first being the Ridgeway chest progression, not actually working properly. It's not updating. So that will be fixed. So you'll be able to start progressing towards unlocking that exotic tomorrow. On top of that, we also have the Stranded Tanker progression blocker, which is also fixed for tomorrow's maintenance.
Okay.
That said, there's also the looping manhunt video on PC, which is a big issue in the community, and I really wanted to address that. Now, we don't have a fix ready for tomorrow, but it's a top priority to fix. And as soon as we have a fix, we will deploy it as well, so you don't have to deal with that issue.
Is that something that's going to have to be a client update, or is that something, do you think, that'll be server-side?
I'm honestly not sure.
Okay.
Hopefully server-side, but because it would be easier to deploy if it's a server-side fix. But we'll have to wait and see. But as soon as possible, because we know it's really infuriating if you're experiencing that, and definitely something that we're working on. On top of that, there's also a few other things that we're working on fixes for. An issue that would cause essentially the mods to change from TU10 to TU11, as some of you have experienced. We are working on a fix for that, and hopefully also a fix that would restore the mods that you used to have, so you get those back. More news on when that exactly is in the future, but we're working on that. We're also working on an issue with the mega map where you have missing difficulty indicators for the control points, so you can't at a glance see exactly what difficulty they are. And also an issue that would cause like deployable skills when you deploy like a turret, for example, they become invisible occasionally, which is definitely something that we're also working to fix. Finally, I wanted to mention something as well that I've seen before and also now with TU11. There's an issue with the Negotiator's Dilemma UI that is not working properly. Now, we've been trying to reproduce this in the past and also now. We have, on our end, come up short, sadly. So if you're having this issue, please do send over your account information. That will be super appreciated, and ensure that we can actually reproduce it and fix it as soon as possible. And that's the only reason why it hasn't been fixed yet, as we can't reliably reproduce the issue in-house. And that's more or less it. Of course, there are other issues, and we're actively monitoring the forums, Discord, etc., for any bug reports, and we aim to fix as many of them as possible, as quickly as possible.
Yeah, the more information, the better, always with this kind of stuff. The concise reports on the forums give us as many variables that we can nail down. It helps us reproduce them, for sure. We mentioned it last week. There is a free weekend coming on all platforms. It starts tomorrow, so if any of your friends are looking to try out the game, they can jump in with you and do that. Preload is available now for PC, Xbox One, and PS4. The free weekend starts at 5 CEST tomorrow. So that's awesome, and it runs until September 27th at 17. Wait. Got my 24-hour time all wrong. 5 p.m. CEST for PC and Stadia, and then September 28th for consoles at the same time. So 5 p.m. CEST or 17 o'clock, which sounds weird to say. 1,700 hours, if we're being accurate.
That sounds no.
Yeah. Well, I need to add some kind of like military filter on top. and then it'll totally work. Some chopper sounds, and then we can say 1,700 hours.
Pretty on brand.
Yes, exactly. There is also a sale, which is always nice. You see what they did there? A free weekend and a sale. Smart. Smart. So if you are interested in Warlords of New York but haven't made the jump yet, it's a good time to grab that. The base game and Warlords of New York bundle is 67% off. That's pretty big. And the purchase of the Warlords of New York, just the expansion, is 50% off, so that's great. Also,
and is that in the same time frame, or is that longer or shorter than the free weekend?
So the sale starts a little bit before the free weekend and ends a little bit after the free weekend ends.
Okay.
Great. Okay.
So the sale should be live now.
Someone's saying I need to clean my headset. I cleaned my headset. I'll have you
It could be mine. Mine might be hideous.
I took the ear pads off, like put them through the washing machine. It is clean because it was real bad. I hadn't cleaned it for years. So I have sorted out my headset hygiene. Cut your hair. I can't. I haven't left the house since March. And I'm not going to cut it myself. No,
that's all right. I haven't cut my hair in 8 years.
Okay. Yeah, no, I can't leave the house, sorry. So you're going to have to experience my hair growth. Yeah. There you go. Yes, the other thing I want to talk about before we get into the TU11 discussion is Twitch drops are available now. And I can show you. This is the one we were going to show last week. So it has begun, and I think it runs for a couple of weeks, Johan, until you mentioned October 10th, maybe?
Yeah, I believe it's October 10th. And I have to say, that backpack trophy is just amazing. I love it.
Yeah, it's super cute. So the 3 legacy caches and the backpack trophy. We have the 30 minutes, and you get 3 legacy caches, 1 hour, and you will earn the milkshake backpack trophy. It is running for a super long time, and if you watch any streamer in the Division directory, you will be able to grab those. So it's unlike Twitch drops stuff that's happened before where it has been selected streamers. Now it's everyone. There is also, if you are a streamer and you are eligible for the bounty board program that Twitch runs, the Division is participating in that, so you might want to go check that out. Okay. So, like we said before, and we have been talking about over the previous few weeks, the summit is now available, was available yesterday. Johan's talked about a couple of the things. It is the 100 floors are available now. There are some issues, like you said, with the Ridgeways situation, which is there's a fix for that coming tomorrow. I did have a quick chat to Yannick this afternoon, and he wanted to stress, like we did last week, that there are a lot of improvements for TU 11.1. So there's a lot of changes and additions in terms of how Skyscraper will work for players coming very soon. So,
Hamish, when can we talk about those? Hamish, I want to talk about those.
So we talked a bit about them last week. So I think people have already kind of moved on. And now that they've experienced it, I think maybe if you went back and listened to what Mackenzie said, then it might have a different frame of reference. It might mean a bit more to some people. But we'll go into a more detail on that in the coming weeks, and as soon as we have that information.
Yeah.
As always, and also now that console players have had a chance to access it, because it was on the PTS, which is PC only, more feedback, the better. Because there's a lot of console players out there that are touching it for the first time. All right. I want to talk about Season 3. Shrek, this is your baby. What is Season 3 to you?
Season 3 is super cool to me, mostly because like Season 1 and 2 was Jupiter and the Season 2 target. Hornet? Yes, Hornet. Hornet, who made an appearance inside of Division 1, but like doesn't nearly have the presence that like Barton Schaefer does, because Schaefer's been one of the earliest like characters inside of Division 2 that you like encounter inside of like there's a pub echo where he recruits somebody, and you don't really know who he is, like right at the start of the game, somewhere between rooftops and the White House, and you hear from him. He's on the radio a bunch. He's a major character for us. He's the head of not just Black Tusk, but Black Tusk's special unit, and he's just such a bastard. And I'm just super excited to be going directly after him. I really like it when we actually take advantage of having people that, hey, we might reasonably want dead, and making them be dead. It lets us kind of move forward with the fiction of the Division universe, and can allow us to sort of explore the ramifications of a power vacuum in a way that we don't really do with all factions just kind of continue on after they've had their leadership destroyed. But now it feels like there's an actual continuation and consequences, and that's a good cat.
I promised you. Before we go deep into season 3, there was this trailer, and I saw it this morning for the first time. I want to just give people a quick overview, and then we're going to go into a bit more details. Ow, she's biting. All right, cool. Back in a sec.
Change of plans. The Division's bound to come knocking.
That's perfect.
Nice. So the sneaky thing in there, we don't have images for it today, and we haven't had images for it before, but there's like 1 second of new apparel. I don't know if anyone caught that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to see if I can actually just freeze frame it and go back, because that was super cool. Did anyone catch it? Does anyone want me to actually go back and have a look?
Yeah,
I mean, I would describe it like it was like tactical stuff, like those. It was very neat.
Okay. It was. Just to quickly address something I saw in the chat as well, is like that wasn't mentioned when I talked about the bugs. It's like the shade watch in the menu is lit up for people. Like it wants your attention. That's also a bug that we're working on fixing as well. Should have mentioned it earlier, but I'm mentioning it now. So yeah, we're aware of it and we're working to fix it.
Okay, some people are asking me to go back, so I'm just gonna do that. We might have to scrub.
Do it, Hamish.
But like it's around here. There we go.
Ah.
So.
Look at this mean family.
There we go.
They're here to kill and look cool.
Is it just a couple of frames? Yeah, that is very cool. So
I actually love all of the sleeveless outfits. As a side note, I'm a real sucker for there's a sleeveless hoodie that also hides your chest piece that I basically run around with all the time now. And I want more of those. They're so good.
Yeah, that's very cool. Can we get the mask? The masks are cool. I don't have detailed information on what's happening with the apparel event, but in the trailer it says new apparel. I'm hoping that those things are accessible through the apparel event. Don't take that video as all of those things will be available in the apparel event, but we will have more information on that in a future stream, because that's some cool stuff.
I mean, I enjoy collecting the fashion division inside of the game, and so I try to keep myself unspoiled on what's actually in the apparel event. So I verify that it works, and then I just go and close. Don't look at any of the things I got. So
very cool.
Sadly, I don't know what's in it.
Trent, can you take us through, at the end of the trailer, we see this schedule. Yes. What jumps out to you? What are you excited about here?
So I really like our new rogues gallery per se. I love that they're super horror movie themed, honestly, because we got Shade, Wraith, Dusk, and Belfry. I think that they're a really solid offering of people. Also, if you have actually gone toe to toe with Shade at this point, because she's available, you are not alone in doing that. There is somebody else who is hunting these rogues, let's say. And I am really looking forward to people messing with that, tangling with that character more. And so that's the thing I'm really excited about. I love that, to pursue Shade, you actually have to complete a boss floor of the summit. Isn't much, but I like going into the summit. The summit is a really nice place to begin being able to have that kind of interaction. So I'm really excited. I really like Season 3. I'm also Shade Exposed is our latest global event. I like it a great deal. I think Hollywood was really flashy and really fun, but it's really simple. And Shade Exposed is admittedly more complicated, but I enjoy it a great deal more. But I also like Polarity Switch, so who knows if my opinion matters on this.
No, it definitely
but-
matters.
But also, like, we did a total rework of both Guardians and Polarity Switch. Not Polarity Switch less so, but Guardians. We also did a big rework on Reanimated, which is not appearing in this picture. It'll be back inside of Season 4. And so I'm super excited about those. I think the trophies on the leagues are amazing. The Shade League trophy is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, let's take a quick look at the rewards track for Season 3. We've got some super cool things. We were talking about this before. Oh no, this is a different thing, not the league rewards track.
This is
We'll
the
get to
regular
league
rewards
rewards track. But there's a really cool reward for 100 year.
Auspice is an amazing mask.
That mask is sick. I'll just go back a sec. There we go.
I actually really love the season patches as well, with the barn owl, the anglerfish. I think they're super good patches too. I realize that everybody's got like a million patches at this point, but damn it, some of them are still really good.
Yeah. Now, I want to go over to what you said before. So the league that we were just talking about, the reward for the league is very cool. Buffy fans, look out. Is that because, do you get to choose these? I know we've talked about Buffy a lot.
So we did. So for this one, it was like, hey, we need to. I guess when we started making the seasons, it was like, okay, what trophies can we make? So we thought about the seasons each as a block, like what is the theme of each one? Because like this one, definitely, as I mentioned, like Shade and all of them, this is a slasher film writ large, and as such, we wanted some of the sort of horror movie stuff inside of it. Thus, Mr. Pointy makes its appearance in our game. And it's a delight, and that's sort of like the Poseidon Adventure we gave a little shout out to last season rather, with the boat that you can get as one of the trophies, and so it was real nice to put together this set. I think this set is really good. I'm looking forward to the rewards from the next. I think it's shoot. Can I see the season list again? The schedule. I can't remember which one of them has my favorite.
Bring it up. It's this one here.
I don't think it's Belfry. Maybe it's Wraith. Ah, darn it. I mean, I'll have to check, and I guess nobody gets to find out. Only I am amused by the trophies that are available for the rest of them, because I think they're good.
Fun fact, did you know that
I'm really looking...
Ubisoft actually did do a game with Buffy, the Buffy license, back in the day?
Is the Buffy beat 'em up Ubisoft game?
I don't know. There was a Ubisoft, but I'm pretty sure with my Ubisoft history here, because one time I was like, I wonder who owns the license. It would be really cool to do a Buffy game. Ubisoft had it at some point.
Brothers?
I know. Anyway, that's for another day. So we briefly kind of glossed over what Exposed was, but I have some cool footage, and I want to hear more from you about what Exposed is.
Designer's commentary on Shade Exposed.
Oh, I like this. So dramatic.
Oh my god, I just saw my cat appear behind my head. So you saw that shockwave come out from the player there. And so what that was is they just did a cover-to-cover move while they were fully exposed. So you're seeing that right down below their in their list of icons, you can see this ever-growing, threatening magenta buff that is filling up. It is also being signaled on their arm there. That is their exposure. And when you move inside of line of sight of enemies, or if just enemies are just aware of you in general, it will build up, but it will build up faster the faster you are moving. And that is an incoming damage debuff essentially. So it is very dangerous to do that. However, you'll notice that this person is just killing fools. That is because you can either punch an enemy to transfer all of your exposure to them, or if your exposure is maxed and you're taking the maxed damage penalty that you could be getting in this event, if you do a cover-to-cover move, you will pulse out, and everyone hit by that pulse will gain full exposure. But also, every time an enemy dies, they will transfer their stacks to all of the enemies around them. So that's not going to be adding up, but rather it's like, oh, if they receive new stacks, which is higher, the one that's on them currently or the one that they just received, and they get the higher of the two. And so what you do is like you have to essentially expose yourself. You have to run around in the open in general in order to build up exposure the fastest, or you could slowly do it by just hiding behind a rock. But the quickest, most efficient way to go through it is to put yourself out in out of cover, run if possible, and then once it's maxed out, do a cover to cover, punch someone in the face, and just watch the chaos ensue.
That's cool.
It's super good.
I have some more footage over here. Chat, if you have any questions about any of the intricacies of this event, just let us know. That was what you were already addressed it. I had the question before: if you kill an enemy, does it transfer or is it additive to their stacks? And you said it overwrites with their. If it's more, it'll give them a higher value, right?
Yeah, correct. And that's the same when you punch them. When you punch them, it's always going to transfer your stacks. But if they already had more stacks on them, then it's just going to clear your own stacks. One of the weird things is that red bar enemies, the normal enemy type, who I don't think we have an official term for other than normal, they will retain their stacks for a really long time. And veterans will slowly lose their stacks. And then elites will lose them very quickly, and named enemies will lose them even quicker than that. So it kind of puts you inside of a circumstance where, against named enemies, you're kind of dueling, trying to get the stacks to build up on yourself so that you can transfer them to an enemy or to them, or do a cover-to-cover, and then laying into the named enemies with as much damage as you can, because they're going to clear their stacks pretty quickly. But when it comes to like a red bar enemy, you can be a little less rushed about it, but also you do way more damage to a fully exposed red bar than you do to a fully exposed named as well. Okay. The named enemies are in fact tuned identical to the damage you would be taking in. They are treated like a player is.
Interesting. I do want to point out, I just put it up there at the end, that the footage that people are seeing is from a dev build, so it's not the live retail build. So I know people were pointing out, oh, this person has a 127 shade. It's just an internal arbitrary character.
Yeah.
You will have also noticed
build.
that there was a bit at the top left that was blurred out, and that's some internal information. That's, that's why we...
At least we didn't get the glowing purple box that means that a VFX has had a problem loading.
Yeah.
That plagues all of my recordings.
Yeah, that happens. What else do we have to check today? I want to see if I have any cool other stuff.
I just want to quickly reiterate some of the bugs, actually, because I keep seeing them brought up in chat, as a lot of people probably just joined and just tuning in now. So, Stranded Tanker being fixed tomorrow during maintenance. The Breachways Pride unlocking not working, fixed tomorrow during maintenance. The Manhunt video looping on PC, fixed as soon as possible. Don't have a date yet, but it's a high priority. And so that's basically the gist of it. And just wanted to make sure that you have that information again. And tomorrow is 2 fixes and more coming soon.
Cool. I feel so silly because the first thing I did yesterday is I hopped online and was like, okay, I'm going to matchmake. I'm going to do I'm going to do the entire league. I'm going to try and get it all in one go this time. And then I couldn't beat Stranded Tanker. And I was just like, okay, what's going on? And logged back into work and was like, what's going on?
Trick mad.
Trick mad, what's going on?
Yeah. I also want to point out that there are 2 new directives that have replaced other ones. So Fragile Armor replaces Hard to Earn. So Fragile Armor, when armor breaks, it applies a stack of Broken to the agent up to a maximum of 4. Each stack of Broken reduces an agent's max armor by 20%. Using an armor kit removes 1 stack of Broken. Also, scavenged skills replaces cool skills, where skill cooldowns do not progress on their own. Agents must collect skill parts as drops from enemies and broken weak points. Each part collected reduces cooldowns, so that is in there as well. We've
I
talked.
love them so much.
We've talked in previous streams about the new gear and exotics. We won't go into details on all of those unless you want to, Johan. This is up to you. But we have a bunch of new exotics. We have the Backfire SMG, the Memento, the Hunter's Fury gear set is in there as well.
Yep, there's a lot of new cool gear into 11 for sure.
Yeah, we've got the chest, we've got the backpack as well, and I just want to point out, because I found this cool, I'm really excited to jump in with the Hunter's Fury gear set and get the get that all going. The chest seems pretty sick, increasing your Apex Predator stacks with the duration from 10 seconds to 30 seconds, and also the backpack giving you the overwhelming force, which increases the radius of disorient on Apex Predator kills from 5 to 10 meters.
Oh my god, that's
pretty big.
which one Hunter's Fury is. Oh yeah, I ran around with when I was testing Summit, I was running around with the Hunter's Fury kit that was, I think, put together by the QC team. And if you maximize that, you can do a defend objective like no one else. Or if you catch people coming out of a door, they are dead already. They don't know it yet, but they're already dead.
Johan, do you happen to know, I see a question in chat from Broaders77 about, the question is just Summit commendations?
I don't believe there are any commendations specifically for the Summit, but correct me if I'm wrong. Trick, maybe you have more insight?
There are not. I don't think there are commendations for the Summit.
Okay. When we have Yannick or Mackenzie back on, we'll ask them about that. And like we've said earlier in the stream, there are changes and fixes and a lot of work being put onto the Summit, and we will be talking about that soon. And in fact, Mackenzie talked about some of the changes that will be coming last week. So there's that as well.
We will definitely go more into detail on the upcoming Summit changes in the coming, I'd say, month, somewhere around there. You would definitely be knowing a lot more about what's coming. So stay tuned.
Cool. I think that's all I have in my list of things that I wanted to cover today. Johan, is there anything else you want to chat about? I just want to also remind people, free weekend this weekend. The Division is heavily discounted. So if any of your friends are trying to find, more excuses to not buy the game, now would be a good time to convince them otherwise. Wait, that was a lot of double negatives.
I was like, wait, I don't understand. Oh, hello, you're back. Welcome back, Pixie.
Cat is back.
Now's a good time to try it out and buy it if you like it. That's what I meant.
So
I would say there was one thing on my... Oh, yes? One thing on my to-do was that we did do that global events revamp. I don't know if we want to cover those just instead when the new global events are coming up, or if we want to cover some of those changes now.
I think now is good, at least in terms of design intention.
Yeah.
Why not?
I love
Let's
that.
do it.
So one of the big things the first batch of global events were designed to be, I guess, considerably more balanced, is probably the best way to describe them, of like, oh, this is going to be a net zero sum essentially, or only a slight buff to player power, so that they were very strict about making certain that people played within the playstyle, and if they didn't play within the playstyle, then you really weren't particularly viable per se. And so we've gone back and we've revisited Guardians, Polarity Switch, and Reanimated to make them be a little less strict, so that they are much like Hollywood. And honestly, Shade Exposed is a huge buff. It doesn't seem like it, but it will as soon as you figure it out. And so like Polarity Switch had some very simple changes, which is like generally the matching damage was if you're the same type damage. So if I'm positive and shooting a positive energy enemy, we made that be bigger. But also we took away the shock when you mismatch, and so it just removes the bonus stacks from you. It doesn't like ruin your day, because that was definitely like it was like hitting a wall.
Yeah, and then you die because like something. Like,
right, because you got shocked.
Yeah.
Guardians went through like a much bigger change. So Guardians now, if you punch an enemy, it used to be that if they were protected, they would get confused for a moment. Now that additionally also takes away their protection. So it's possible if you're up close to somebody and you can't find their guardian angel, you can still kill them. There's just there is some way to cause them harm, and now you can get rid of them. The other thing that we did is if you kill a guardian angel, you get that buff that makes every gun shoot like a vector. I think is the best description that I've seen of it. That buff now automatically renews every time that you get a kill and punches through protection. So no longer do you need to hunt down every single guardian angel in order to be able to guardian. I'm sorry, I'm using the dev name of the event. You don't have to take out every guardian in order to be able to hurt anyone in a squad, and instead can be like, I got one of the guardians, I'm gonna try to maintain this buff and just combo my way through the whole set.
Okay.
And then the final thing we did, okay, now the cat is knocking things off the table. The last thing that we did is if you do destroy all of the guardians, it was that the next time a guardian walked in, it would be like 3 seconds until all of the enemies had their protection back. Now that is scaled based on the veterancy of the enemy. So like a red bar, I think it's either 30 or 60 seconds before they get protection back again. Functionally, red bars lose it forever. And if not, I'm disappointed in you. You should kill them sooner than that.
Yes.
And then veterans get them back pretty quick, I think like 15 seconds, and then elites are another shorter time. The only people that have the original timing is named enemies, so that they are once again significant. You need to take out their guardians in order to make them become vulnerable, kind of like a sort of classic RPG boss mechanic at that point. But otherwise, and even then, you kill one guardian, now you can just lay into the boss. You don't have to look around for other ones, because as long as you've got the buff, you can just ruin their day. Pixie wants into her window seat, just so everyone knows.
Fantastic.
Reanimated is the last one that got a major update. It's not appearing inside the season, but the corrosive clouds, because they're green, they heal shade agents, because green things are good for agents. So stand inside the clouds now. It's a totally different way of playing that event, and I actually really love it. So I'm looking forward to. I realize it's going to be 3 months before you can see that, but dang it, it's fun.
Cool. All right. Thanks for the information. It's nice to know that things are heading in the right direction. Like, I love when I was chatting to Yannick about it. It's more about buffing and less about having those moments where you're like, this is frustrating. Like, especially in the polarity switch where you get stunned and you're like, I can't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, like, we definitely want you to want to live in that global event. Like, it should be, oh, I have a higher loot efficiency because I am playing in the global event, not, oh, here's my to-do list before I go to the doctor.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I see, someone was saying, the Quills in chat says, polarity switch, finally no shocking. I guess I will give it another chance then. Exactly. It should,
Yeah.
I think you'll have a much, if you didn't enjoy it the first time, I think you will have a much better time of it now. I do want to head over to a couple of agent highlights for this week. We've got a couple of,
Nice.
I think, very interesting ones. We had fun before the stream trying to point out everything in here. It looks like the Yorkshire Brewing Company. I don't know if that's
coffee house cider
or beer.
Coffee house lager.
Yeah.
I want to know what this is, because I'm like, is this an agent what is a little tipsy, or is this an agent who is going to be very skittish?
Yeah, we couldn't find out much information about Zhao, if this is part of a cosplay that we haven't managed to find photos of yet. But it's cool, and it makes me wonder what I would keep in my Dark Zone bag. I don't know if I have
This is the
cigars
one
in
thing
there.
not getting contaminated. It should be a bunch of guns, but instead it's Pop-Tarts.
It's pop. Johan, what would you have in your survival kit? Like surströmming or like
I'll probably be way too logical. I have survival things, not Pop-Tarts, but
All right.
surströmming could also definitely be used. You could kind of like I don't know. You can use it as a weapon, I'm fairly sure. I mean, it is pretty potent. Right?
saw someone, Lunch Clubs in chat saying, I'd cut the rope on those Pop-Tarts. Yeah, you would cut the rope on that. Go rogue for Pop-Tarts.
Oh, their new slogan.
Go rogue for Pop-Tarts. They can buy that off us.
Yeah.
We have this other cool one from Kate Lindina. This was a commission done. I super like the different stages or different outfits or different sides of the life of the agent. because that's one of the things I remember from Division 1 that we really talked about a lot, is that these agents are real people and they have jobs, and yeah, I'm always intrigued as to what these people would have been before.
I mean, I want to see this slice of life anime where she is the teacher in Azumanga Daioh trying to get these students that can that will live, her division students, because she looks very concerned inside of these photos and serious. But I want to see her be happier than that and proud of someone.
Yeah, what does she do in her spare time? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I'd like to know. Seems like she'd be into some cool stuff. I'm not sure exactly what. So if you do want to send in your own agent highlights, they can, like I've said before, be absolutely anything Division adjacent. We've had some things all over the place. I know that we have a lot of a very awesome cosplay community and an art community, and these things are really cool. But I love the creativity we see from everyone else as well. I haven't seen any Division baked goods in a while. So
I mean, didn't we have a wedding cake at one point, I believe?
we did.
That was pretty damn awesome.
How would you do a glowing ring cake safely?
Well, there's that glow in the dark powder that you can put in stuff. You can do glow in the dark edible things. So
yeah,
that's the challenge I'll put to you.
Oh my god, it's a gender reveal cake, but is it Rogue or Shade?
Love it.
Yes, please. I really like that. That's fantastic. That's kind of going to wrap it up for today. I just want to reiterate as well a couple of the things I've seen still. Some people who may be coming in just now, a lot of people are experiencing the issue with the stranded tanker mission. There's going to be a fix for that tomorrow morning. There was a fix for something else tomorrow morning as well. What was that, Johan? The Ridgeways?
So tomorrow maintenance is fixing the stranded tanker progression blocker. So that will no longer be an issue. And on top of that is also fixing the issue that is causing essentially that Ridgeway's Pride is not unlockable. The last objective to unlock it does not actually properly update. And that will be fixed tomorrow. So you can get your hands on that exotic tomorrow.
Great. And I want to also highlight that Twitch drops are active right now. If you do want to get your hands on this adorable little milkshake and the 3 legacy caches, you can get the 3 legacy caches for watching any Division stream in the directory for 30 minutes and then 1 hour for the milkshake. So there is that.
Hold on, does this one count?
What?
Does this stream count? Are we in our own channel?
Yes.
Yes.
Technically,
it does.
yes. You've probably already got the legacy caches. And if you've watched the whole intro that we did, I'm just trying to do some quick math. The intro plus photos that are about to happen, you'll be most of the way there. So
yeah, pretty much the entire way. Just a quick mention on the Twitch drop as well, that the delivery of the Twitch drop may take up to 24 hours. So don't worry if you're not getting them immediately. They might pop up tomorrow. Just stay patient and you'll get them. I know you can't wait to have a cute milkshake on your backpack, but they're coming.
Yeah, it's also really good that it's quite a long Twitch drops event, so you'll have time to figure that out. Also, you do need to have your accounts linked. So drops-register.ubi.com and make sure that your Twitch and Ubisoft accounts are linked. Otherwise, you will not. We won't know if you've been watching. All right, that's going to be all for today. Thank you, Trick and Johan, for joining. We'll be having more streams in the future. There's lots to talk about. Oh, this focus is going all crazy. I'm gonna run out of here before this computer explodes because it's trying to do everything. Okay, we'll be back again later. Keep an eye on Twitter, I would say, Johan, for updates about maintenances as they happen and bug fixes. And then we will see you all very soon. Enjoy TU11, and we'll talk about TU 11.1 in the coming weeks. All right. Take it easy, everyone. Trick and Johan, I want to make everyone awkward with our...
Have a good one, everyone.
Uncomfortable with our...
Bye.
See you later, everyone. Bye.
Bye.